Oh, hello, great readers. I'm Bo Chen.
I'm Nimikung.
I'm Ven Chan.
In this class, I'll read to all of you a part of A Tale of Two Cities, Book the Third, Golden Thread.
S.
L.
A Tale of Two Cities, Book the Third, Golden Thread. Charles Dickens. Chapter 11, Dusk. The wretched wife of the innocent man thus doomed to die fell under the sentence, as if she had been mortally stricken. But she uttered no sound, and so strong was the voice within her, representing that it was she of all the world who must uphold him in his misery and not augmented, that it quickly raised her, even from that shock. The judges having to take part in a public demonstration out of doors, the tribunal adjourned. The quick noise and movement of the courts emptying itself by many passages had not ceased, when Lucy stood stretching out her arms towards her husband, with nothing in her face but love and consolation. If I might touch him, if I might embrace him once. There was but a gaoler left, along with two of the four men who had taken him last night, and Bawasad. The people had all poured out to the show in the streets. Bawasad proposed to the rest. Let her embrace him then. It is but a moment. It was silently a question, and they passed her over the seats in the hall to a raised place, where he, by leaning over the dock, could fold her in his arms. Farewell, dear darling of my soul. My parting blessing on my love. They were her husband's words, as he held her to his bosom. I can bear it, dear Charles. I am supported from above. Don't suffer for me. I send it to her by you. I kiss her by you. My husband. The A moment, he was tearing himself apart from her. We shall not be separated long. I feel that this will break my heart by and by. Then, what have you done? What have you done? That you should kneel to us? We know now what a struggle you made of old. We know what you underwent when you suspected my descent, and when you knew it. We know now the natural antipathy you strove against, and conquered, for her just sake. We thank you with all our hearts, and all our love and duty. Her father's only answer was to draw his hands through his white hair, and wring them with a shriek of anguish. It could not be otherwise, said the prisoner. All things have worked together as they have fallen out. It was always vain endeavour to discharge my poor mother's just that first brought my fatal presence near you. Good could never come of such evil. A happier end was not in nature to so unhappy a beginning. Be comforted, and forgive me. As he was drawn away, his wife released him, and stood looking after him with her hands touching one another in the attitude of prayer, and with a radiant look upon her face, in which there was even a comforting smile. As he went out at the prisoner's door, she turned, laid her head lovingly on her father's breast, tried to speak to him, and fell at his feet. And, issuing from the obscure corner from which he had never moved, Sydney Carton came in to her up. Only her father and Mr. Rory were with her. His arm trembled as it raised her and supported her head. Right. There was an air about him that was not all of pity, that had a flush of pride in it. Shall I take her to a coach? He carried her lightly to the door and laid her tenderly down in a coach. Her father and their old friend got into it, and he took a seat beside the driver. When they arrived at the gateway where he had paused in the dark not many hours before, to picture to himself on which of the rough stones of the street her feet had trodden, he lifted her again and carried her up the staircase to their rooms. There, he laid her down on a couch, where her child and Miss Purse wept over her. Don't recall her to herself, he said, softly, to the latter. She is better so. Well, Carton. Dear Carton, cried little Lucy, springing up and throwing her arms passionately round him, in a burst of grief. Now that you have come, I think you will do something to help Mamma. Something to save Papa. Oh, look at her. Dear Carton. He bent over the child and laid her blooming cheek against his face. He put her gently from him and looked at her unconscious mother. It was remembered afterwards that when he bent down and touched her face with his, that he murmured some words. When he had gone out into the next room, he turned suddenly on Mr. You had great influence but yesterday, Dr. Minute. Let it at least be tried. These judges, and all the men in power, are very friendly to you, and very recognizant of your services. Nothing connected with Charles was concealed from me. I had the strongest assurances that I should save him. And I did. He returned the answer in great trouble, and very slowly. Try them again. I intend to try. That's what. I have known such energy as yours do great things before, nothing of her. He added, with a smile and a sigh together. Such great things as this. But try. Of little worth as life is when we misuse it. It is worth that effort. I will go, said Dr. Manette to the prosecutor and the president straight, and I will go to others whom it is bitter not to name. I will wait too, and a bit stay. That's true. Well, it is a forlorn hope at the best, and not much the forlorner for being delayed till dark. I should like to know how you speed. Though, mind, I expect nothing. Immediately after dark, I should hope. It will be dark soon after 4. Let us stretch the hour or two. If I go to Misto, Rory followed Sydney to the outer door, and touching him on the shoulder as he was going away, caused him to turn. I have no hopes, said Mr. Ori, in a low and sorrowful whisper. If any one of these men, or all of these men, were disposed to spare him, it is a large supposition. And so do I. Mr. Ori leaned his arm upon the doorpost and bowed his face upon it. Don't despond, said Cartinged, very gently. Don't grieve. I encouraged Dr. Manette in this idea, because I felt that it might one day be consolatory to her. Yes. Returned Mr. Ori, drying his eyes. You are right. But he will perish. Yes. He will perish. There is no real hope. Echoed Garton, and walked with a settled step downstairs. To be continued.